grams, give me my grams. Get mine to get naked, vanity grand. I seen the same man plead insanity and go on meds, beat the case, scamity scam. I'm about to go Yosemite Sam. Ham goddamn, fucking with the blam blam. I'm Chuck Lawless, that's who the fuck I am. Baby boy got the bat, bam bam bam. Break a arm, break a leg, break a hand. Put your body in the bottom of the scoop in the Trans Am. Ooh, alakazoo, alakazam. Man, I should kill y'all niggas for following your man. Real shit can't build shit without a plan. And every army got a real nigga in command. When that nigga got slick, that nigga got hit. Real shit right now, nigga, I'm saying. You can get down or lay down, get hit with a K round. Wig shot from the tray pound. Say now. Or you can get this money if your niggas really hungry. Get it from me, man, that package on the way now.
Y'all, it's SV Twiz back with another one. And today, y'all, man, we got Chuck Lawless in the house, man. Shout out to you, Chuck Lawless. What's going on, good brother?
I already know it's about that 5-4.
For sure, man. I ain't even gonna waste no time, man, because you a busy man, man. And first and foremost, I gotta say, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to come down and, you know, interview you first and foremost, because you got a lot going on. We gonna get into all of that, but
I appreciate you for wanting to interview me, bro. I mean, the story need to be told. People need to know what's going on, so, you know, I appreciate you looking forward to the content.
For sure, no doubt, man. So I just gotta take it all the way to the, you know, to the beginning, man. Like, as you know, for those the people that don't know, could you let the people know, you know, what part of Philly you from?
I'm from North Philly, but I rep Southwest because that's where my father used to drop me off at.
Okay.
Right in smack dab in the middle of Bartram Village, you know, kid from North Philly. But my aunt, while he went and did his thing, you know how parents get the weekends. Pop got the weekends. Mm-hmm. I was out Southwest, so I'm born in Temple Hospital, but you know, I'm a pride of Philadelphia. You know, I lived in every corner of this city, but I rep Southwest real hard because kind of made my bones out there with Black Key. Producer Black Key, Grammy nominated producer Black Key.
Shout out to Black Key.
Right, shout out to Key. He showed me a lot about business in the music business, you know what I mean, as far as songs. And Key really wasn't fucking with me, and he made me have to work to get to the level, you know what I mean, where he would even deal with me. So, I mean, my bones in Southwest. I'm a North Philly kid, but, you know, Southwest is where I really got, you know, industry ready.
Yeah, so that was basically like some exclusive footage right there, you know, speaking on, you know, the relationships with like Black Key, and like you said, you know, he ain't, at first he might not have, you know, seen that you was working hard enough, but eventually, you know, he saw that you was, you know, smashing stuff, man, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people, including myself, we might have looked at Chuck Lawless and just thought that you was just a rapper, you know, but then, you know, time goes on and then we understand, like, you got a lot going on, like, as far as you partners with E-Ness, not only do y'all have, you know, a label, it's an entertainment company. Like, could you explain on that? You know, can you elaborate on, like, you know, what's the difference between an entertainment company and just a straight up record label?
Well, I didn't want to limit myself to just music because, you know, with entertainment, you get everything, acting, you know, the business sense of everything. It might be some comedy, anything that's entertaining. I didn't want to limit myself to just doing music, or anybody that wanted to come do some business with us to just music. I wanted to be able to highlight comedians because, as you know, Philadelphia, we breed DJs, we breed rappers, we breed comedians, and even the fucking bike riders, dirt bike skateboarders. Like, we notorious on the low for, you know, like some X Games shit in the city. So I just didn't want to limit the company to one specific thing, which is music, even though that's what got me into entertainment. I also used to model. Both my parents are models, so, you know, every form of entertainment I wanted to be able to touch on with this company and not be limited to just music.
Wow, man, that's deep, and we gotta definitely salute you for that. And also, I gotta salute, you know, the other people that we have in the city, period, you know, for those of y'all that's stepping up to the plate. Because one thing that we all know about Philly is, like you said, we got a lot of talent going out. But it's like we always gotta, whether we shoot to New York or whether we gotta go out to Atlanta or whatever it is to try to get, like, a deal, you know, basically to succeed. And, you know, it's important that, you know, we got people like you that's, putting stuff in place so, we can carry our own talent instead of running to the next state to sign us and put us out there. You know what I'm talking about?
And what I learned about that, to elaborate, what I learned about running, elsewhere in other places to try to get your foot in the doors, it's cool because it teaches you, how to get in those doors. But once you get inside, you realize it's not so much about your talent. You're running up there thinking once they hear you, they're going to be enamored by you, and they just going to drop paperwork in front of you, and you'll have a situation, and it's really not that. A lot of these guys that's in a situation to change your life, they looking to change their own lives. They looking to do something for themselves, and they're not looking for people who have knowledge about the business. See, for myself, I was always an educated child, so people taught me business, and I searched for the information to learn about the business that is the music business. And when I go up to those labels and they hear that I know anything about publishing and writers and just the information that I had, it's a turn off because they look up for people that they can take advantage of. And this is, I can't say that it's that way now. I'm sure some of it goes on, but back when I was really trying to get in, when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, they was looking for people they could take advantage of, not people who knew the business that they can build with and make, strong businessmen. So when we started 54 Vill Entertainment, G. Nova is the first artist that we signed, and I made a promise to him that we would take a business approach. So we made him a 20% shareholder in the company, and since that day we've been trying to elevate his business sense, because although he's a businessman, the music business is a different monster, and it's a very sensitive business. And once you burn them bridges, 9 times out of 10, they burn forever. You know what I mean? So, speaking of G. Nova, come on up in here, good brother. Talk to me right up. He walk right in the studio. Y'all get the exclusive. You see how we working?
What's going on? You all ready? Let me back a little.
Timing is everything.
Timing is everything. Yeah, so
G. Nova.
We got G. Nova in the house, man. It's crazy because Chuck Lawless just spoke you up. You know what I'm saying?
He walked right in, and that wasn't planned.
It wasn't.
We didn't plan that. That's divinity right there. That's a divine situation that just happened. You know what I mean? Twiz been chasing me around.
Facts.
We've been setting up meetings and
Facts.
And I've been like, I'm out of town. Did this. Look,
Facts.
meet me down here. He be there. I don't be there.
And another thing, I definitely, because we gonna get into that too, but I gotta salute you for that, because you was just up Queens Flip and all that. You know what I'm saying? But you still cut time in for me. And I definitely humbly appreciate that one, man. I got to say that for sure. But we got G Nova in here, man. What's up, G Nova? What's good?
What's going on, man? Chilling.
Yeah,
got
man.
a session when we go on.
I see, man. And this another thing, man. This is my first time being in this type of studio. This joint definitely lit.
Yeah.
I like this joint.
We're going to do the walk around. Y'all get a chance to see. We're going to take the camera and walk y'all around 1122. That's where we at. 1122 MMG Studios.
Right.
Shout out to Kima and Big Hat. That's fam right there.
So while we on this topic, we're gonna definitely get on you, G Nova, but I gotta ask you, Chuck Lawless, like, we got a lot of talent coming out the city, and we got talent, period, in the world where it's like Philly, when it comes to Philly and rap and entertainment, people from out of state always come to Philly. So, how can that young brother that's up and coming, that might have a mixtape put together, and he need somebody to push him, how will they go about reaching out to you as far as seeing if they cut for the label?
I'm easily accessible. My platform is open. I don't have no blocks on my page on Instagram. I don't give out my email because I do a lot of business in my email, and I don't have a throwaway account that I'm going to look at, and I'm not even going to set y'all up like that. If you really wanted to get with me, you go on my IG, you DM me. My IG is an all organic page. All my followers I communicate with. All my DMs I communicate with. Anybody in my DM, you do some fuck shit, I block them and keep it pushing. So, I'm easily accessible. You know what I mean? You can get to me very easy. At Chuck Lawless on Instagram. It's very simple. No fuck shit allowed. That's my only rule. No fuck shit allowed.
That's how you gotta keep it. Hey, one mistake is enough.
Facts.
So G Nova, man, what you working on right now? What we got going on right now?
Well, we got a lot of shit going on, bro. We got some visuals about to drop. We working on the album right now. You feel me? We just working, bro. Every angle.
So let me ask y'all this, man, cause you know y'all got a label and y'all been working. You know, how was it as far as when you know like the COVID-19 hit? Was it like a slowdown for y'all, or did y'all just automatically maneuver? Cause I ain't gonna lie, Lawless, your page seemed like it ain't stopped, bro.
No, that's
been working through the whole joint.
His pace ain't stopped.
Okay.
I was like, this dude was out. He was like, I get back, I'm about to go over here. I get back, I'm about to do this. I'm like, I'm chilling. I can't do nothing. I need to assess the situation. You know what I'm saying? I was in the house. I was on 90-day quarantine. You know, I did some little couple posts from the crib, but I wasn't really. I kind of put it on pause because I needed to try to figure out what was best for me and my family. So you know, I didn't really understand what was happening, and more than that, what was coming next. Because I like to look ahead and see what my play is going to be. You know what I mean, based off of what I think they're gonna do. So I just was sitting still, man. Sometimes you gotta stop, you know what I mean, for me, and just look around and take it all in. That's just how I vibrate. But my man was like, I'm out. he down south.
I can't stop. I gotta make these moves.
He was down south with what's the boy name? Dunk. He down south with Dunk, you know what I mean? He done linked up with Dunk, he working on a mixtape with Dunk. I'm like, yo, you are shaking and moving. Keep me posted.
That's a fact. Shit don't stop. Shit don't stop.
Yeah, man, for sure. So like you said, you definitely been working. Is there anything we should have an eye out for, Nova? Like as far as like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everything, bro. Just
Coming down.
follow me on Instagram at Nova NOVALOAR. I'm gonna be posting everything, just keeping up on shit. We got visuals in the works. We got a lot of music about to drop. So everything, bro.
All right, so that's for sure. We definitely gonna keep an eye out for that. You know, make sure everybody stay tuned in. But I couldn't wait to ask you this, Lawless. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like, what's up with the 8 albums dropping? The 8 albums dropping this month, bro.
Crazy 8 series is something that I came up with. You know, just access to the studio, being able to do what you want to do. I had a lot of music that I was recording, really didn't have a direction for it. I was just like, shit. My first son was born in August, so August is special to me. That's the 8th month. I just was like, let me just have all this music. Let me see if I can put out 8 projects. I'm gonna do 8 tracks, 8 features, just 8. Everything is 8. 8 is the theme. Crazy 8. And I was just talking to my engineer. I was like, Dad, it's August again, and I really didn't line up the Crazy 8 series. And he was like, man, re-release that joint. I'm like, dude got more music to put out. Fuck it, we just re-release it. But it's just something that I wanted to set annually to do every year, you know, because I do a lot of recording, but not necessarily to put it out. I do it for me, just to stay sharp. And everybody be like, yo, you should put it out, you should put it out, you should put it out. So I just said, fuck it, we'll do the Crazy 8 series. And I put it out, and if they fuck with it, they fuck with it. If not, you know, it's there. Whenever they mess with it, it'll be sitting right there. You know what I mean? So we're gonna redo the artwork, re-release that project. We're in better standards than we were last year. So I guess, you know, with foresight, we're right on time. It's August and we live. Everything is going great, man. I can't complain about nothing right now. You know, outside of, you know, losing family members due to this COVID. Outside of that, everything has been going well, man. Alhamdulillah. Absolutely.
So you know, man, next I gotta ask you, man, it's like, you know, you and Ness is like good friends. And
my guy.
You know, but you know, it was always like just, you know, seeing how you move, you was definitely like a humble guy. And, you know, until you got on Queen's Flips, like, you know, nobody would have had never known that, you know, that y'all had that movement, you know, besides y'all circle, you know what I'm talking about? So that was like a, you know, it was a shocker, you know, that y'all had that in rotation. Could you let the people know how y'all formed that as far as with y'all partnership or what y'all have going on?
Well, Ness, I've known Ness since Barsham Village days, you know, with the whole Black Key situation.
Okay.
Like I said, Black Key really didn't fuck with me. Not personal, it wasn't personal. It's just Black Key. If you work with Key, you know, everybody you work with has a specialty. They're in a special lane. and I was in a 5-man group called Ice Block. Saint Santana, Lucky Diamonds, rest in peace, Luck. May Allah be pleased with him. GMC, China White, myself, and we had some members that floated in and out, Nishka there, you know what I mean, members that just would come and go, but you know, we was Ice Block, and when Black Key heard about Ice Block, he really took more to Saint Santana, because Saint had all the flair. Saint just was it, we all knew it, like we knew that, you know what I mean, if it was somebody in the group that was super dope, it was Saint. You know what I mean, we all was dope, but Saint just, you know, certain people have the extra it factor, you know what I mean? And he was the guy, so Black Key was like, nah, I wanna work with him, you know what I mean? He was like, nah, I fuck with you, but the ball right here, and then, you know, I don't feel no type of way, I'm a humble guy, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be where I'm supposed to be, and what's mine is gonna be mine, nobody can take nothing from me, so I never feel no type of way when situations like that arise, because my time is my time, you know what I mean? And, you know, who knows how that's gonna play out, so I just chose to help Saint with whatever he had going on, because I was a little bit more polished than Saint. Saint had flair, but as far as like studio savvy, I was a little bit more polished than him. I've been in the studio a lot at that point. Like I said, I come from parents that are entertainers, so my father not only did he model, you know, he's in the music business, so I had access to studio time, and I had access to like TV. I was on TV in Minnesota at 15. You know, I just had a little bit more access to be polished. So when I got with Saint, I was able to teach him a lot. He was able to teach me a lot, because at that time I couldn't write hooks. And he was the only person I've ever seen with a book. He had a book full of hooks. So if he was doing a record, he had a book that was about this big that had nothing but hooks in it. And I've never seen nothing like that in my life. So, you know, not only did I teach him stuff, but he taught me stuff. And we just learned from each other and, you know, kind of grew together. But yeah, Black Key, he kind of brought us all together. Ness, you know, me and Ness, we lived up Shelham together. Not together in the same spot, but in the same neighborhood. So we would always have writing sessions and playing NBA Live together. You know, we both was crazy on the NBA Live. So
yeah,
that was our thing. that was our thing. You know what I mean? That's my guy. And this is before the band. You know what I mean? This is all, you know, pre-band. But after that, when the situation arose with the company, I'm like, bro, we all might as well just do this shit together. You know what I mean? It just don't. You've been screaming 5-4 forever. Black Key 5-4 Southwest. Like, I'm not from Southwest, but I'm from Southwest. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I understand.
That's why I'm doing the straight out of Southwest anthem. That's why I'm
I remember that joint. That joint was crazy. You got the baseball bat on that joint. You
like,
snapping on that joint.
That kid with the baseball bat is actually Bank Boy Champ.
For real?
That's Bank Boy Champ, who you see right now.
Oh, wow.
His video about to drop with Ness. He just did he shot his video yesterday.
I remember that joint.
Go crazy with E-Ness.
Yeah, that joint crazy, man. That joint was definitely that year was lit right there. I remember everybody was dropping the straight out of Philly joints, but yeah. So man, y'all already know y'all can hear the music flowing in the background. It's all studio vibes in here, man.
Working, man. That's exclusive right there. Pick You Aside, G. Nova. It's coming out soon. We're working on the album, so you know everything is real in real time. It's happening in real time. And, Twiz definitely caught me in my jump right in, you know what I mean? So timing is everything, man. This is a beautiful thing.
It definitely was, because we really, even today, when, you know, for me trying to catch up with you today, you was like in the mix. I'm like, yeah, I'm right here and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? And you know, we definitely in the trenches right now, so it's a lot going on, everything fast out this joint.
Quick. Hey, listen, it's moving fast too. Like I be telling people, you know, not to jump subject over to the left, but it's moving fast on both sides. Good things are happening fast and bad things are happening fast. So you gotta make sound decisions right now, because in the blink of an eye, you can ruin your life or you can have a life-changing experience. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like, really pay attention to the climate that we're in, because it's sort of a reckoning right now. And the loss of Vanuatu Island is not playing. You know what I mean? So stay prayed up.
Definitely. Yeah, so I gotta kind of jump into music with you next, Lawless, like, because like, you know, sometimes I hear your music and it just bring back that, you know, that hip hop, you know, feeling when I hear your music, but then sometimes you would show people that you can, you know, keep up with the new style too.
Well, I do everything. I'm a range of emotion, and I never just pick one emotion and stick on that. I'm not that kind of artist. I'm the kind of artist that obeys to whatever the vibration is in the room. So, you know, if it's classic, then it's classic. But even if it's classic, I kind of put a flowy twist on it. I'm an artist that I love flows. You know what I mean? I never do a basic rap. My shit always got flow. You know what I mean? I'm always do some exceptional flowing because that's what I like. That's what I like to listen to. You know what I mean? So when you hear me, I don't give a fuck if it's boom bap or it's drill music. You're gonna get a crazy flow because that's what I'm into. You know what I mean? Flow, wordplay, subject matter, content, and consistency. You know what I mean? If it's not fire, then you're not even fucking with that. So that's what you get from me. You get the whole gamut. I'm gonna run the whole gamut, depending on what the beats say, depending on what the vibe is in the room, because a lot of times it'd be one record, but you'd be bouncing off of people in the room. You know what I mean? And I got people around me that I trust, you know what I mean? And not that I need, but more is always better. You know what I mean? A lot of people say, oh man, ain't nobody do, man, listen. If somebody in the room got something to say that makes sense to the record, I'm taking their advice. I'm not that kind of person. You know what I mean? I write my own music, but I do take advice. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's nothing wrong with that. It ain't like somebody writing the whole, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, even if it is, I've had people give me bars, like Saint Santana used to, like I don't use pen and paper, so when my shit come out the air, and I might be reciting it, and he might go, ooh, this what you say next. And that bar right there be a critical bar, and I'm not gonna tell him no, because I got pride. The fuck is that? Like,
but listen, they said it was no different with like Hov when he had Chris and them around him. They all bounced off of each other. You know what I'm saying?
It's called good music. That's how we got Doggy Style. If we lived by that rule, then you wouldn't have Doggy Style. Listen to Doggy Style. It's a collaboration album. It's not Snoop's album. It's the Dog Pound Snoop and Dr. Dre album. Listen to NWA. Like this is what you do. You put all the elements in the room and y'all combine and y'all get a project out. This is what we're working on right now. Everybody come to the studio. Not saying we're gonna write such and such as verse, but we are the elements that bring that vibe together. You know what I mean? And people got to get off of that. You know, I don't get you nowhere but standing by yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's a we. It's we. You need people to be successful, man. You do. You just do.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And you know, not to jump topics, but like I had did an interview with Vok, and we was talking about, he touched up on like when
Cool.
Cool.
Shout out to Cool.
Shout out to Cool. He touched up on the hands. You know what I'm talking about? Like you know, it's like the vibes and you know the disconnects and you disconnect. Long as it's all good spirit, you know what I'm talking about. That's how things flow. That's why you see a lot of people. You be like, that, how did he get famous? Because it's like you were saying earlier, people think they could just come in the room, spit, and they go like, oh, he's there.
It doesn't work like that.
If that's the case, you know, our whole city would be signed because we is on fire. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no type of, you know what I'm saying, from all eras. Like, you know what I'm talking about? And that's another thing that I wanted to, you know, touch up on is like, I noticed when you rap, or even from talking to you, you know, we know that you're from the streets, but when it's time for you to step in them rooms, you know how to turn that button off. You know how to talk to them people. Could you let the people know how important that is to not be so boomed out every second of the day? I'm
gonna be honest with you. I don't play no games. You know what I'm saying? Like, the streets is my background. I got my guard up. I'm watching everything moving, but I'm a businessman. And at the end of the day, if you really love the streets that much, you're gonna end up dead in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So you take what you've learned, because the streets is really called the school of hard knocks. That's what that's really called. And recognize what's what and who's who. And if you don't know nobody, you at least know the vibe. The vibe is familiar. You know what I'm saying? Vibrations don't lie. Before something happens to you, there's a vibration that reaches you, and then it happens. So vibrations don't lie. You know what I mean? And that's what the school of hard knocks taught me. It taught me how to understand vibration and understand energy. So I'm constantly reading energy, like Neo in the Matrix. I'm reading energy. And it's the same thing in the business. You get up there, you can't be street hard in the business because you'll turn people off, and it's a small world, man. I'm telling you, this business that we're doing, everybody knows everybody. And if they don't know you, they know somebody that knows you. You know what I mean? So I just try to play fair. I say what I mean what I say. I'm prompt, I'm on time. And if I can't do it, I tell somebody I can't do it. I'm honest. You know what I mean? And if I stick to them principles, even if I don't get what I want on that day, later on, that same person that wasn't in a position to help me that day might see me in need and be like, oh, I know him. And he remember my vibe because my vibration is good. Stay alkaline, don't be acidic. That's the rule. Alkalinity over acidic. All the way. Food, life, women, kids, everything. Keep everything alkaline and you'll win.
That's deep right there. That's definitely deep, man.
That's game, man. That's real shit. And I learned that. I learned that at an early age. I mean, I'm not the boy that wanted to go to college. I chose to study people. You know what I mean? I figured the knowledge was in the people. I didn't want useless information filling up my brain. So I chose not to go to college. I chose to study people, put myself in arenas. Like I said, I come from a background of entertainment, so my folks, like my father is Charles Dockery. His brother is Leonard Dockery. Those were the two most popping models in this city before modeling was even big. They used to stand in the windows at Strawbridges as a human mannequin. Like they was lit.
Wow.
Like my uncle, my pop, and my mom was lit already. So I mean, I come from that.
So can we touch up on that for a minute? Like, you know, how did your family, especially at that, you know, with it being back then, you know what I'm talking about? How did your family get involved in the modeling business?
I think, you know, back then it's just putting yourself in a position to be seen. And if you got a look, you know, people will come grab you. I'll tell you a story. My aunt called me and told me to go down for the taping of Beloved, Oprah Winfrey, movie that they were shooting in Roxborough, in the surrounding Philadelphia area. And she told me, just go down there. And I'm like, damn, I ain't got no haircut or nothing. She was like, you don't need all of that. They don't care about that anyway. Just go down there. And of course, people was down there with haircuts. I was down there with my beard all woofing, I was raggedy, but I didn't know it was a dated film. So they was putting us in 1846 clothes, costumes and stuff like that, so you couldn't have been shaped up and banked off anyway. I went down there, they saw me, snatched me out the line. I didn't even have to wait in the line. The people snatched me out the line, walked me up to the front, walked me in, and I got a role as an extra. They paid me $800 a day to show up and just walk around. I'm in the movie with Oprah Winfrey and Danny Glover, sitting there eating fucking lunch and shit with Oprah and Danny. Snatched me out the line. I wasn't even on my radar. But sometimes you just got to put yourself in a position to be seen. So I gather that's what my parents used to do back then. You know what I mean? Casting calls will go out and they just pop up. You know what I mean? And they was official. They weren't playing. They was professional. Because one thing about my peoples is they are professionals. You know what I mean? It can get on goon time if that's what you want to take it to. But when it comes to being professional, they don't play that being late shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't play not doing what you say you can do. You know what I mean? If you accept it, own up to it. Period, point blank. So that's where I get it from. I get it from them. I got good upbringing. I've been on the runway since I was 5. Modeling.
That's deep. So like, I just gotta ask you, man, how was it, you know, experiencing that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see people like Oprah and
that was dope.
Said, yeah, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, that's crazy.
That was dope. Oprah was kind of like, she Oprah, you know what I mean? She got set all that money over there. But Danny Glover was really, really open. Like if you had something to say to him that was worth him sharing some time and some energy, you know what I mean? He shared. That's one thing I can say about Danny Glover. Every time I see him, it's like we know each other. And I know he don't know me. But he always gives me the time because I come with a good vibration and great energy, and I'm open, and I'm, like I said, I study people. So, you know, he know that I'm a student when I walk up to him, and he got all the information. Danny been doing this on every level, so when you're around people like that, you just try to absorb what you can, get what you can, you know what I mean? And that's the story of my life.
Definitely shout out to Danny for that, man, because those type of situations right there, man, it can carry, you know, that young brother from the streets or sister from the streets a long way. Just that little bit of hope, just connecting, just shaking the hand and, you know, telling a kid you can do it. But that's in your case, you was there, so it's like, you know, that's beautiful, man.
And even playing on it though. Shout out to Aunt Bonnie. I mean, Aunt Bonnie hit me up like, yo, get your ass down there. Shout out to Aunt Bonnie, man. She looked out for brother. Hey, I guess I should have broke off some of that money because I was making $800 a day. That was lit. You can't get. We weren't getting that standing on the corner.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that's true.
We was lit.
Yeah, man, that's definitely true, man. Yeah, man, so I gotta, you know, touch up on, I just want to touch up on, back on the Queens Flip stuff.